Welcome, everybody, to the Onward VR Master League. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. I'm here with a little something on my shoulder. ChattingParrot, how are you today, bud?
Casting! Hi.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine? I cannot imagine an entire cast in that voice, please.
Oh, no, what do you think I am? I have to get actually pretty drunk to do this, but maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Yeah, I gotta get loose and limber for a high-octane match today. Phoenix versus Legionnaires, a diamond and gold tier matchup. This should be, I think this is going to be pretty close. Based off of how Legionnaires squared up against SMC Tactical earlier this season, earlier last week, I think Phoenix are definitely going to have a good game, like a tough game ahead of them.
Yeah, definitely, but Phoenix still wins by the numbers.
Yeah.
They definitely have around 9%. The win chance is around 8% bigger, so I say I go with the past known statistics and say Phoenix is gonna win. But you know, everybody loves a good underdog, so go in there, Legionnaires, with the wrong spelled name and win.
Legionnaires.
Legionnaires.
That's how I remember it.
French, Legionnaire, Monsieur.
Typical. Take a quick look at the rosters before we get into the pick bands and dive into the first map. Over on Phoenix, we have Malno 718, or Mano, or however you want to say it. Paz, Raz, Riot Zero, Squigukin, and Sri Lankan. And over on Legionnaires, we have Kagan, DMT, Cryptomine, Mr. Meowgi, Raider, Mayhow, Mr. Sirius, and Zarek, aka Eric. And for pick bands, ChattingParrot, what do we have today on the pick band side?
Very interesting. So far, no pick, no bans. I guess both teams will play every map at the same time because they're not telling us anything at this moment. It's really nice that you let me rock into this trap. I'm not gonna take you with me because I didn't tell you anything either. So we're still waiting on the picks here. I already offered some good, nice toe sucking, but I guess I'm not getting anything today. So we're gonna stay with surprise us.
Yeah, I thought I do apologize. I thought we had pick bands, but apparently it was some false alarms on who was talking in the lobby. I think we have cargo ban from Phoenix. I don't know if we have Legionnaires ban yet, but we do have Bazaar as the map pick. But Legionnaires have banned Suburbia.
So I'm gonna talk a little bit. I have to actually get in the lobby.
Yeah. Hop in here. Get ready for the action. Our map is going to be Bazaar for the first map. And you were talking about mentioning earlier offline how both these teams definitely favor the close quarters combat, but we have Cargo and Suburbia banned. We're going to Bazaar, which is one of the few remaining close quarters maps available. I think maybe we'll see. We still have Subway on the table. Tanker is still an option. Quarantine, although not as close quarters as some of these other maps, is a little bit tighter. And then Downfall still on the table. Subway has. I expect it to kind of have a resurgence this season. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bunch of teams starting to play Subway more often. It's been pretty thoroughly practiced. I know a lot of teams have been putting in time on scrimming it.
I am back.
Excellent.
Still no bans.
No, I went over the pick bands.
Wait,
Cargo
and
and Suburbia. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I see Bazaar, one of the top played maps on both teams, actually, because they share their similarity in taste, I guess. All a good connoisseur of close quarters engage with Bazaar, Quarantine, and Cargo, I guess. If they're not banning any of the three most played maps, it's going to be a straight close quarters match.
They've banned both. They've banned Suburbia and Cargo. Those are the two bans coming up.
They still have Quarantine. So.
Yep, we still have Subway and we still have Tanker. I was mentioning that I think Subway may have a bit of a resurgence in the league this season, especially since I think a lot of teams have been practicing strategies on all of the maps during the off season, so they're going to come in here a little bit more prepared.
Indeed, I want to set names here. Okay, I think all of them are ready.
We do have everyone in the lobby. Over on Phoenix, the active roster, 0F's given, Raz, Paz, Malno 718, and Sri Lankan. And over on Legionnaires, we have DMT, Kagan, Mr. Miyagi, Raider, and Eric. I'm now a true mastermind of pronunciation on these names. I've figured out everyone's preferred way of enunciation. The elite speak. I'm finally starting to understand. I'm becoming one with the Onward community and their memes.
Yeah, you have, in order to pronounce every name right, you have to speak every of the over 100 languages in the world. So I think Sri Lankan is actually a country next to Pakistan, I do believe. So you see, you have to be Mr. Worldwide in order to be on Flash here.
Yeah, we really do have a pretty diverse group of players in the community, kind of all across the world. The Legionnaires, mostly an American team, despite their name. We were mentioning that offline. Kind of ridiculous. Yeah. I don't know how they came across that spelling.
Oh God, I forgot something. I just realized that. Okay, sorry. Yeah, yeah, indeed. Only the Sri Lankan is actually a Canadian, so I could understand if they were mostly Canadian due to the French regions in Canada, but Sri Lankan is not even the founder, so I'm confused.
Mr. Sirius is Canadian. He's on Legionnaires, so maybe he was the decider on the name.
Yeah. You know what a good idea was? We take our name and make it as foreign as it goes. So no one knows how to spell it. That's how it went down. I just see Malno is African, South African. Is that the right flag? Did he set it on fun, or I have to actually look it up?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, Guyana. I don't actually know what Guyana is. Guyana. I have to actually look it up, what it is.
We'll see if it's just another Onward meme or if he actually hails from there. Should be getting into map 1 pretty soon here.
Yeah, it's actually...
Both squads all readied up.
It's a little state on the Atlantic coast of South America. I dare to say that he's not from that country. I dare to say it. But
just out there.
I could be wrong.
Just out there memeing us.
Yeah.
Wonder what these players are doing. Hashing out thorough strategies. Finally, it does seem like map number 1 has begun. Phoenix versus Legionnaires. Round 1. Map 1. Phoenix starting off on the Marsoc side and Legionnaires on the defensive. And we have a east objective. Or a west objective, excuse me.
Ooh, this time my lasers are working. Looking good down there. We have one shield player with Sri Lankan on his... Sri Lankan, I guess.
You had it right. Your pronunciation's better than mine.
Yeah, I mean, I had to learn at some point.
I think we may see... Okay, I was just going to see if Mr. Miyagi and DMT were going to get a little bit aggressive and try and cross the street with smokes, but they've pulled into the blue room.
Yeah, I must say that the performance is way better. Smooth as butter. 2 people are going to actually Malno and Pause directly at the bazaar here. Doing some sneaky action and checking the bazaar building, but no one is there. Unfortunate. They keep a close, tight ring around the objective, playing real passive this round. I mean, we're going to see if this works out. Comparing to yesterday's match, this is a we'll say a little bit slower.
Yeah, this is a top-tier matchup. You're going to see the teams much more hesitant to rush in to battle early on in the series, especially at the start of a map like Bazaar, where there's tons of angles and different sort of defensive positions that Legionnaires can opt to take, but they aren't really looking for any early picks. The only forward defender, Eric, does have a lane on the north, does have an angle on the north side, but DMT really the only one that is going to find any shots early. He's using some new cover pieces that have been put into this room, the refrigerator here.
Yeah, that's an interesting strategy. Normally, it would be around the building on the corner, straight looking down on the street and behind the wall. But he's real passive there, and it's really interesting to see how they make use of the new clutter things that flying around. Like this nice. This is not a fridge, is it? It's not a fridge. It's something else that I actually forget the name of. It's not a fridge.
It looks like it looks like a fridge to me.
Yeah, from the outside it does actually.
Okay. Malno inching his way into mini courtyard, and he still won't spot anybody. I mean, Phoenix are going to have to really push objective, cross the objective street before they run into any Legionnaires. Like, where is... I mean, I guess Kagan has some vision into the mini courtyard there. Just that one tight lane. But, yeah, I mean, Phoenix can get real close to objective as a team. I think we'll probably...
Yeah, so far so slow. They're taking really their time. Malno, a little bit of daring side, alone pushing just the inch, but in general, they're keeping up their pretty same speed here.
Yeah.
One big line pushing forward.
Yeah. Nicely coordinated. I expect probably a timed push around 2 minutes. Sri Lankan... that shield, as you noted earlier, making his way on the north lane. Maybe Eric will spot him. And that'll be sort of the first time Legionnaires will be seeing Phoenix. But it's still going to be a little bit until Sri Lankan starts to cross that gap in the wall.
Yeah, it's always scary when the teams are like invisible, and then at the last 2 minutes...
Yeah.
Smokes are flying in, grenades everywhere, and you're just sitting there. Please don't kill me.
There is one nade coming out. A nice frag, a really good toss onto that corner there. Definitely would have downed anyone tucked in behind that garbage or a garbage dumpster or on the corner. So,
yeah, Sri Lankan is in a little bit of a tight spot there. Two people from Legionnaires pointing at him.
Ooh, DMT getting a pick behind that refrigerator there, and Kagan pumping out some rounds as well as Eric. They both have eyes in over on this north push coming from Sri Lankan, but he has made it past their initial defense, and he is going to get support from Raz up that middle lane with the smokes.
Sri Lankan pushing up here the north side. Eric in his first wave. We're gonna see how Eric deals with the shield now.
Oh, he tried to C4 and it didn't catch him, and he... I thought Sri Lankan knew Eric was in there, but apparently he didn't, as Eric just kind of tucked against the wall and shot him in the back.
Eric doing some sweet tricks here. I don't know what he's doing, gymnastics, but he's getting the shield, I guess. Ooh, Kagan now taking down Pause.
Phoenix in a tough spot right now. 2v5. One Resable.
Yeah,
and
Raz is now alone on this north street here, fighting, taking down Eric. Ooh.
Looking for the double. I tried to pick up Kagan, but Raz with the refrag. Nicely done. And Legionnaires now into a 3v2. The res coming out along that south lane, and Mr. Miyagi is going to be in a bit of a tight spot here as Zero comes up, as well as Malno with the smokes. Malno is trained into this blue room.
That's dangerous by Mr. F's given as he's smoking and behind a behind a penetrable cover zone. It's a little bit dangerous, but moving up.
I think he's gonna try and come in.
Behind Miyagi.
Yeah, he might catch him. Mr. Miyagi does hear the footsteps. Is trained here on the corner, and Miyagi wins the trade. Nicely done. Can he find Malno coming through the smoke? He doesn't need to, as Raider finds the final frag, and Legionnaires come up 1-0.
I guess the Phoenix does disappoint me. The statistics are for them, but the match point so far is for Legionnaires. I guess I have to rebet here.
No, I mean, it's season 8. You know, teams are definitely coming in here with, I think, a bit of a revitalized spirit, so to speak. Legionnaires looked pretty good against SMC. And now against Phoenix, they're definitely coming in strong on the defensive. They almost did lose it there, but they had a 5 v2 advantage for a little bit. They nearly lost that. So Phoenix, with almost the near comeback, couldn't quite piece it together, but a good start to the series. This is how it's going to be. I'm going to be a happy camper if we can get back and forth like this.
Yeah, I mean, defending is always easier than attacking. So
Absolutely.
You have to come up with some good strategies when you're trying to get into the ring. I mean, they had a tight grip around the objectives, so it was maybe a bit difficult to get the points, you know, to get the angles. That's what I want to say. To get the angles on the enemy and make the picks. So it was a nice cover by Phoenix. No, wait.
By Legionnaires. Yeah, that was a good defensive setup. I was kind of, you know, sometimes you see teams send 1 or 2 or even 3 up into that mini courtyard area, and sometimes they'll look for picks in that middle bazaar even. That's why Phoenix approached so cautiously through that area. But I mean, it's not that often that you can get all the way your whole team up into position and then be able to smoke and try and make a push.
Indeed. I mean, when you go in the courtyard, it's almost like praying, because you have to look up all the time that someone's sitting there and trying to shoot you from above. So it's a dangerous area, very dangerous.
Super risky. Diving into round number 2 of map 1, Legionnaires versus Phoenix. Phoenix now defending. We'll see how they set up. Just kind of like we were talking earlier, they've sent a few more a bit farther forward. Raz up on that front corner, and Malno and Pause there will be defending the mini courtyard. And Malno may be pushing up even a little bit further, looking for an early pick here. Yeah,
Phoenix is definitely going with a more conservative way of protecting the uplink with the standard positions. So it's something that we have seen before, but I guess you could still say that old is proven. But Mr. Miyagi has a shield, but he's alone. No, he's not. My bad. DMT on the north side with him trying to get a push on this long alley.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have another slower paced round as Pause finds Kagan, and they were getting a little close here. Eric has managed to cross this street, and he might find his way into that mini courtyard. Could find the back of Malno if he approaches it correctly, but there's a pretty good amount of defenders. Raiders looking for the refrag on Pause. And he doesn't have the best of defenses. These wood crates totally penetrable, so if 0Fs peeks that corner, he does have some easy shots through the wood there.
DMT has some odd movements. First pushing up the north and then retreating to Bazaar. I guess he was reacting to the death of his comrade.
North Road, side to the North Road.
Unfortunate early loss from Legionnaires. They have managed to stop the bleeding.
And we do have a push on the north side here. Mr. Miyagi with DMT's throwing the smokes, nicely covered.
Yeah, I think Legionnaires are going to start to make their push here. Nade comes in, does catch DMT, and some nice shots just threading the needle around the shield of Mr. Miyagi. I don't know what the dashboard's saying there. A revive for Mr. Miyagi not coming in. His Pause also going down to Raider, and Sri Lankan trying to deal with the shield here.
Yeah, sadly the smokes didn't do anything for them. So Mr. Miyagi is now alone against Mr. Sri Lankan here on the north roof. Let's see how it deals with that situation.
Another
Often enough
kill.
it's just better to turn around. Just try a new angle. Hey, let's go off the shield. Takes up the machine gun and tries to take out Sri Lankan here. Oh, nice try by Mr. Miyagi, but Sri Lankan did take him down with his body. Well done by Phoenix at this point. So I guess say it is a close matchup.
Yeah, we're tied up 1-1 right here. Legionnaires and Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix didn't lose a single defensive member there. They were they held that in a pretty dominating fashion. Their forward, their standard defensive lineup definitely paying off. I think this is gonna be a pretty good series, a pretty nice back and forth.
Yeah, it's always nice if we keep it entertaining.
Spawn here for this next objective can definitely affect how the game, how the pace of the of this map will go. If Phoenix get that fast spawn, they can definitely have the opportunity to charge right up to the front of this objective room and be really right in the face of Legionnaires. Not a lot of teams opt for that strategy, but if done effectively, it's very good.
I mean, the defense did actually work. It was more conservative.
Yeah.
No, not new angles really, but it did work out pretty well, especially on the north side.
I think Legionnaires was even more conservative than that, right? They didn't even send anybody across the street. Phoenix were at least looking for a pick there. But yeah, it was very standard positions. One up on the stairwell, one out in the front. Stuff that Legionnaires should have really been ready for. You know, these guys have been around since Season 2, so nothing should really be a surprise at this point. And they've been playing each other since Season 1. Yeah, oh, right, you're right. Yeah, Phoenix and Legionnaires have been playing each other since Season 2.
Yeah, old rabbits, as you would say. Sri Lankan going again with the shield here. Oh, this is a fast approach.
Yeah.
Going on the main straight.
Yeah, they got the fast spawn. They got the fast spawn, and Sri Lankan and Raz are charging in. Sri Lankan here up already, and they have Malno also in that 2-story. He'll be having an angle down onto Raider and Mr. Miyagi if possible. Is Eric here with the C4?
That was some suicide mission. It did work out, though.
Oh, no, the nade that was prepped also downing a teammate. A team kill coming in, and another kill from Raider, a trade there. Wow, that team kill went through, and Phoenix in a heartbeat are down to 2 left alive. Legionnaires with 4.
Yeah, this has to be a revive on 0 here at Raz, but he has to watch out as Mr. Miyagi is waiting up ahead.
Yeah, he is, and this is definitely an opportunity for Legionnaires to get aggressive if they know their kill count. They don't know they do. They definitely have this. They see they have this one down here. Ooh, and 0 F's is so close. I mean, I think, does Miyagi have that angle? I don't think he does. I don't think he'll see the res come in, and now there's 3 here approaching Mr. Miyagi's forward defensive position.
The revive is in. 0 picks up Raz, and now they're pushing up. Mr. Miyagi seems a little bit not scratched by that. But he does have eyes on them.
Pause is also pretty trained in here. Turned on the night vision. Kagan manages to get the shield user. Raz going to peek the corner and look for the refrag on Kagan there, and does get the kill. Now we're into a 2v3. Mr. Miyagi not going to get over peek this and doesn't extend out. Pause does have an angle and does catch him.
Nicely done by Pause. Quick target, acquired and taken down. Well done.
Yeah, he was waiting for that kill for a long
Raider
time.
is taking up a spawn. It's his spot here. Waiting on Pause peeking. Oh, and takes down Pause. Nicely done. Leaving Phoenix here, our revive member Raz, alone against 2 people. Manageable, but he needs to get a new angle. Coming from behind, he does so. Oof.
If he had done that a bit sooner, he might have been able to catch the backside of DMT, but I think the rotation is definitely the right move. DMT doesn't see Raz rotate, and I think DMT saw those moves, and there's the payoff on the rotation out of Raz, and now he may actually shift back to the front again. He has so much time, 3 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, and it's a nice little 1v1. It's only just who sees first, who shoots first, and kills first. Yeah, the reload is coming in. He's ready to fire.
Raider is tucked in up on that objective building, so yeah, definitely going to come down to that 1v1 battle. I don't think either one has utility left either.
Yeah, but Raider has, I do believe, not the slightest idea where Raz is coming from. Raz does a nice rotation there, taking down one and then returning to the original path. Ooh, this is so exciting.
Oh, Raz has got the
Next up,
shield.
shield.
Yeah, that's going to make this a lot more favorable, and a lot the trade go in Raz's favor if he can land these one-handed scar shots.
Yeah, the first shot has to hit, otherwise it's gonna be a real pain to actually use the gun one-handed. Have to watch out not to shoot yourself, man.
And you can't do that, the flick as well anymore. When one of the recent patches has sort of added weight, a bit of a false weight to the shield. So the flick is not such an easy thing to do anymore. So Raz here is going to have to risk peeking that gun hand around the corner, exposing that elbow to some shots here.
Yeah, it's a real laser show for me here, for the aiming. Raider has no idea, but Raz does seem to kind of has an idea where Raider could be. Both aiming in the same direction.
Wow, they're getting so close.
Yeah, they're kind of going to start a knife fight at this point.
Oh, Raz dropped his gun!
Raider moves behind him. No! Well done! That was actually pretty nice movement from Raider here. A quick action, realizing what is going on, goes around, and take down
my
Raz.
God.
Nice action there.
What
Good
happened
job.
there? He dropped the gun. He put the gun on his shoulder, it looked like, instead of shooting him. Oh my God. You know what? I'm going to say it. I think that was an index. Man, I think that was someone unfamiliar with new controllers. That's what it looked like. That's the only explanation I could get there.
Yeah, that's really the index. Taking the index up it's a big step forward, as it has not the like the old feeling of a controller. It's not a controller anymore, I would say. It's real tracking.
Like
and
a
now I have
glove
to
almost.
Really yeah,
In
it's
a
almost
sense.
like a glove. It's when I first pick up the index, it was like confusing as hell. Really to do everything on purpose.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything
Yeah.
by training. This was some weird stuff. But I'm really excited to get my own index sometime. But I had a friend who was actually at the HTC Vive with some Samsung glasses in them. He made them himself, and it looked way better, I must say, than the index. Maybe with new mods coming out, the index could be a little bit more crisp. But returning in for the next round.
What was that a minute and a half, you think? I wonder if these teams are using their full timer between rounds. It feels like we're in a pretty good pace right now. And, you know, I think sometimes teams kind of get into a rhythm and you almost have like 30 seconds between rounds. I think that was like that seemed like a full minute and a half to me, but
Yeah, they're really fast on it, but they do have the experience that they don't need
That's
to
true.
really think about new strategies on the spot like we have to do sometimes in the let's say amateur leagues on bronze. Yeah, we sometimes have to think of new strategies if we don't have the old ones, but we're getting there.
it's something that I think a really good top tier team does, like Globochem. They are capable of making up strategies on the fly that can counter their teams, but a lot of teams really just do the research. So yeah, I think you're right. Legionnaires probably have their set defensive positions. You're right. They have been around for 2 seasons, so not really any improvisation going to be coming out here, which is why we're kind of getting into these fast round after round. And this is round number 4 of the first map. If you are just tuning in, Legionnaires with a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, it's not as fast as last round. Phoenix are taking their time. Legionnaires, I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Legionnaires are taking this time. But the spots are comparable. For example, Malno taking up the same spot that had, I forgot the name of the player.
You know, it's interesting. They're not moving as fast, but Legionnaires have gotten up pretty far as a whole team. Kagan, DMT, and Raider are just at the, you know,
Still there?
they're just at the front doorstep of the objective.
I think I just lost contact with my comrade.
Definitely still here, but I don't think he can hear me. I'll try and solve that tech issue in a sec.
I'm not quite sure what to do now. I must admit, I'm not even sure if I'm still audible.
Yeah, we got to hash out this tech difficulty here. It does look like my audio has dropped out, but we'll focus on the round at hand as smokes are coming in. We're going to have to leave ChattingParrot in the dark here for just the round as we get things sorted. And Zarek here on the backside. 0F Given actually managing to deny entry and a bunch of kills coming out. Pause managing to find one on the north. Raz here real close to later. DMT trying to find some frags over on the north side. Shots coming out and he doesn't have a ton of great cover. He's trying to find the frags on Pause and Zero gets himself another kill across this lane here. Legionnaires just not expecting Phoenix to have Zero set up in this position, and Pause is just denying DMT entry along the north side. Then smoke or frag maybe coming out from DMT. And doesn't see Raz. Peeking Raz, catching him through the window with a great headshot. Grabs Phoenix the round, and we go into a tie at 2-2. Let me hash out this tech difficulty. We'll be back momentarily. Don't go anywhere. More Onward action. Probably 30 seconds. Okay, tech difficulties solved. Apologies there, ChattingParrot. Had to cut you off.
No worries. I'm used to be.
Oh no. We need the love. We need the parrot.
Yeah, we need the
Chat loves you. Have you seen the love in chat?
The love in chat?
Yeah,
I
dude.
hope
Chat
so.
loves you. They're out there praising
that's
your
nice.
accent, praising your
I
name.
love you too, chat. All my best parts. You know what I mean? Yeah, nice round. Just Pause taking down the north route so nicely. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Pause. Great defense there.
Such a good position. They were just not expecting him at all. And we don't have to wait. That was probably a minute and a half. I think they're definitely making sure they have their spots buckled down here because this is a tight match. It is 2-2. Legionnaires cannot afford to let any of these Phoenix enemies slip through the gaps in the defense, and we'll see what Phoenix
but I
has
do
planned.
suspect they did tighten the pace a bit here. Already strong push on the bazaar here by Malno, Zero, and Pause in the back. They're really gonna go in now. They're gonna change the pace. This is always a good and an important thing to do, that you change the pace, that you let the enemy not know what is going on.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for that early kill in blue room just to see if any. I mean, you definitely have to get pretty aggressive as a Legionnaires on Volk to be peeking out of that blue room at this early on in the round, but it does happen. I mean, some people are real confident early on and look for those early picks.
Yeah, Legionnaires, but it's real defensive. Again, a tight ring around the uplink.
Oh my god.
They're shishing each other.
Wow. Yeah, they are really...
Yeah, really. I mean, maybe you
clumped
want to
up
cuddle.
there.
It's always important to have a good chemistry in your team. That's why you're going to cuddle in there. But we also have to cover on spots. But they seem to do a pretty nice job. Kagan here, watching the back in the... For the first time, I can actually read the sign above the shop.
Yeah.
Mohamed El Amako LTD. I actually don't know what it is, but...
Definitely used for callouts. 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the round, and Phoenix have just sort of set themselves up on that front line of the middle street. Zero, Malno, and Pause waiting for the rest of Phoenix to get into position. Not sure what these two on the ends are doing. I don't think it's very common to have a push. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like they're defending against an aggressive push from one of the Legionnaires on one of those east or west lanes, but
yeah, at this point they're just wasting time checking all the back street. But on the other hand, you just have to make sure not to get flanked. Maybe
that's true.
Thinking that Legionnaires could send some brave soul out on the street trying to get them from behind. Sometimes it works, but Raider taking down his own teammate.
Oh,
classy
no.
move.
Sorry.
He's resible though, but I mean, who do you send to get that? Ooh, Raider crossing is so risky. He can't afford to cross the street here. They have eyes on.
No, actually not. He has to live with the guilt and the pain of killing his teammate, but no, he goes in.
He got through because they were Zero and Pause were throwing nades, and so he managed to squeak by. But here comes the push. Malno, Pause, and Zero are moving in off of that. I mean, this is great capitalization off of the mistake. Zero does find one kill. Can he get two? Eric. Kagan finding two on the backside. Zero and Pause going down, shutting down the Phoenix approach. Raider with another kill, and Phoenix only have their two edge teammates alive.
Yeah, but it's pretty far apart. I mean, you can do great things in a close duo. For example, if someone dies, your teammate can take him down pretty easily, and you have a revive behind you. But they're so far apart from each other. They just have to make the picks, or it's gonna be a tight spot for them. They are undernumbered though, but let's see if they're also underwilled or if their brave hearts are in for it. I want to see blood. Come on, Raz, show me something.
Definitely in a position to find a pick or two. Eric, if he decides to peek up out of one of these windows, could go down, and if Kagan gets a little overzealous, he could be picked off. There's potential here for Phoenix to get a kill or two. I think we might see a trade soon here between Eric and Raz.
Yeah, but the kill or two isn't enough. They have to get the round. That's the target. Killing 4 people out of 5 and still losing the round is nothing.
Sri Lankan moves in. The time push coming in. Raz finds Raider. Sri Lankan trades and gets DMT. Eric catches Raz, and we're into a 1v2. Sri Lankan has control of green room.
So, Sri Lankan being the only one alive here, I do think that Kagan has an idea where he's coming from. Kagan. Ooh. Sri Lankan doing the... No, he should have done the ninja walk. And he could have flanked Kagan. Nicely done by Kagan here. Legionnaire winning this round and defending real tight and nice.
Just barely holding on. Almost the first Marsoc round going to Phoenix there, but not quite. Legionnaires do manage to squeak it out, and if we keep going this route, Legionnaires will take the map. We keep getting this Volk trade, so Phoenix are gonna have to do something special in their next Marsoc round, and they gotta also come up with another Volk round here. And this objective is kind of tough to defend, honestly, especially if you approach it effectively. Like, I think the Phoenix approach was really nice. They just didn't have everybody attacking at the same time.
No, especially the 2 people going around the far side checking for any flanks or something.
Imagine if they were pinching. Imagine if they were coming in at the same time that the smokes were coming out in the middle. You know, that would have been a really good push.
Yeah, especially if Raz came up from the west side in that moment, he could have done some real damage with the 2 people in the garage on the right side, it would have been sweet. But I guess you can talk about what could have done a long time. Sadly, Legionnaires. No, wait, yeah, they did not manage to get that. But they now have the chance.
Now going into a could-be map point if Legionnaires can get the Marsoc round. See if they go for a cap, which is definitely a possibility if they push fast from this spawn. They can cross that street pretty quickly with some good smokes. And it doesn't look like they're going to send anybody around the north side. So yeah, they're going to send a 5-man push across the street.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the key point again, Mr. Miyagi with a shield going straight. I want to see some good shield play. Still missing in it on this game. Every game has to have a good shield play. That's my personal favorite.
I do agree with you. DMT starting things off nicely in this. I guess that's why Phoenix were checking this angle, because so what usually happens is you usually check angles that you yourself defend from. And so that's why they were checking that lane. He actually gets punished as Raz gets that first kill. Another one. Oh,
Yeah,
that was just a confirm coming in.
Way more spread than from the Legionnaires last round.
Malno's in a pretty interesting spot, though. If they're not ready and don't smoke that street effectively, he has a pretty tight angle on that whole street. They definitely have to be looking for him proned here.
Yeah, I got eyes on
Yeah. So Lankin could have an angle on Mr. Miyagi. Miyagi takes good use of the shield and use it to peek. That's the way you can use it, actually. Not often you need to use it for fight. Or sometimes the information gathering is good on point. Sri Lankan got spotted by Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice communication from Mr. Miyagi and Kagan here about the use of smokes.
They're all in this alley, the west alley.
A little bit of a calm before the storm. Legionnaires just kind of positioning themselves to cross this street. I wonder, yeah, here comes the push. 4 minutes. Smokes are coming out. I don't think those are going to cover Malno effectively. Actually, they are. Eric going to be able to cross and DMT. Malno doesn't have the angle, and now that they made it this far, he's not going to be able to spot him.
Ooh, that's some fire here.
Miyagi almost does get caught. A heal.
Miyagi revived himself. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's the new indicator for a heal if you see that, so.
Yeah. I would say so too, but the idea is funny.
He was dying and he resurrected himself.
Yeah, just his arm is moving, you know, picking up the syringe, sticking himself in the shoulder somewhere.
Some really good smokes from Legionnaires. A nice set of 4 smokes do get nearly the entire Legionnaires squad across, and they've left 1 to kind of come in from the middle. And Zero catches Zarek trying to come around the backside, this far south lane. I wonder if they're going to try and find the refrag. Kagan peeking through the window. I don't think he has the angle. Mr. Miyagi going to use that shield, like you said, to sort of peek through the glass and see if he can spot Zero. Also, grab the LMG off his friend's corpse.
Yeah, he doesn't need it anymore.
And wow, this is a new one. I've never seen this
too much on the...
this walk here. Also another bug. Zero F right here could catch a couple of picks. They have spotted him. A nade comes in. It's a nice toss right into the room. Kagan goes down. Not an insta-kill, so he is resable. And now Zero is going to try and push the advantage.
It seems that Zero is holding all 3 of them, or now 2 alone.
Raider does catch pause in the center. We have some trades going on here, but Zero is still pumping rounds in and catches himself another kill. Malno caught Raider trying to come in from the center, and we're into a 1v3. Mr. Miyagi with the shield, the last one alive.
Yeah, I guess this is a point where an actual good push got taken out by 1 good position.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Legionnaires were really heavily focusing on Zero in the back, I would probably have gone straight for the cap and instead have an eye on his position instead of going for him.
A minute 20 on the clock. He doesn't have a ton of time.
Yeah. And Zero did move to another angle
Yeah.
without Mr. Miyagi knowing it, realizing it. That's why good rotations is such a big thing.
Oh, but he didn't hold the angle long enough. Mr. Miyagi has gotten a little window here, a little gap in the coverage, and he's moved up just another building. 50 seconds now, and he's gotten pretty dang close to objective. Do you think he can sneak the cap here?
Hard to say. I don't think so, because they still have an eye on the uplink.
Yeah, there comes Zero.
Watching it tightly. But, ooh, Miyagi taking down Zero. Well done.
Really nice job. Drop the shield, two-handed the rifle, two-handed the LMG. Malino's going to try and get the angle up top and does find the head of Miyagi.
Way too close to each other. Malino flying away his weapon. Pure
celebratory
happiness.
toss.
Yeah. I guess he's going to get a little bit of trouble for that from his officer. Don't fly. You have to fling your weapons around. That's a safety error.
All tied up 3-3 now. And we go into Legionnaires on the defensive. We haven't had a Marsoc round yet, so if Legionnaires can keep the trend of winning Volk rounds, they are going to take map 1. But Phoenix have gotten pretty dang close to winning a Marsoc round or 2. We've gotten down to 1v2s when Phoenix are pushing on Marsoc a couple of times.
Yeah, Legionnaires is gonna be sitting so tightly around the uplink. I don't think 5 people are gonna sit on the uplink directly.
I think they might. They might just make a circle around it.
Win this round. If they win this round, this is the first map in their favor. And whew, this is strong stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Phoenix is a diamond-ranked team, so Legionnaires, after winning the SMC, are definitely losing the SMC.
Still take 130 instead of 2. Seems that Legionnaires maybe taking their full 2 minutes to get strategy at hand.
Yeah.
To actually, maybe they have a new idea. Maybe they want to change the pace. Maybe they want to be daring. But I don't think so. But maybe let's get surprised.
I would like to be surprised. I think Phoenix are definitely going to kind of put on a bit of a different Marsoc offensive here. I think they're going to be coming in a little bit more, I'd like to say aggressive, but it's so risky, you know. Like you said, this could be that momentum in Legionnaires' favor. Then we go into Legionnaires' map pick after this. So if they can win Phoenix's map choice, it's definitely a good time. You know, they could take the series next map. This is a big round for Phoenix.
Yeah, but I gotta tighten the jockstrap because I think Phoenix is gonna do something special now. I believe in them. The statistics don't lie. They are better. Win for me. Win for God's sake here. Okay, they're splitting up pretty far apart.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
I guess they're trying to get multiple angles on these tight defensive ring here.
Yep. I think they're trying to send those 2 along the east side, have them wrap around north, and then probably send 3 up into this mini courtyard area and make their approach from there.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
confused
they can
yet
kind of pinch
again
on
why
objective.
they have 2 people in the far back when Legionnaires didn't push the last full ground, so I'm not quite sure what they're doing here. Zero trying to get a peek through the 2 houses, I think. I never actually saw that spot before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good little lane there. You got to be careful if you're not, if you aren't aware of that spot, you can get caught. It's a really great lane. It goes all the way through across 2 buildings. So you basically have like a full line of sight, just that little sliver. But you can get some kills there, and you can see Legionnaires haven't sent anybody too far forward, so that spot's not going to really pay off for Zero.
Interesting. Actually, never saw that before. I wonder if you can get a trick shot nade through there. Like a really tight nade. Maybe grenade launcher?
Ooh,
Oh,
we're getting
that
we're
would
not
be a
there.
real
We're not
pinch.
we're not there yet, but maybe one day grenade launchers will be allowed on a map like this.
Yeah, they're still kind of in the phase to be proven. Only accepted on 2 maps so far, so we have to see what damage they actually do. And it seems that the league is not really utilized
No, I think what's been
so far.
happening is teams have been well, at least one team in the match has been opting to ban it because in this first 2 weeks of the season there is the option to ban the new edition of that weapon on those maps. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case when we've seen them. But eventually, you know, after this week, it's gonna be a thing that's there whether teams want it or not.
Yeah, definitely. Especially against teams for like VRAF where they have around 3 people with shields playing. So in a little rotation, it's really sometimes a good thing to have an RPG at hand if you're playing
Yeah.
against a team where almost every round 2 people are with a shield on Masak side. So it's open new perspectives. God dang it, my tongue. I have to do a little stretch on my tongue to get the talking going. Mr. Miyagi being on the bazaar here is the most daring person on Legionnaires, being so far away, but he's almost buried in that well here, peeking at the same spot as where Malno is going currently. It could be that Mr. Miyagi takes down Malno, who's trying to sneak up here on the side of bazaar.
I don't know if Malino is looking. I mean, he won't be able to see through the wood unless Mr. Miyagi moves too much and that leg kicks up or something. I don't think Malino's going to see Miyagi in this corner. It is a pretty common spot, though, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a nade from Zero or Malino just over on the other side of the fountain before they start to make their push onto objective.
Yeah, it seems Malno's waiting for his comrade pause to actually move further in to maybe cover him. As I said, 2 people could do some heavy damage. Mr. Miyagi seems to be spotted by pause. I'm not quite sure. I thought these bullets were going after Mr. Miyagi here.
It does look like he had to use a syringe. Or he has it there ready to be used.
This,
Oh, yeah, what he does, he's taking out his mag and he's taking out his syringe so that he can quickly access it instead of having to pull it off his vest.
he doesn't spot Malno. Malno being as sneaky as Mr. Miyagi himself. We're having a little cat feline sneak action duel here.
He won't see him either now that he's behind that solid wall. Oh, actually, Malino didn't go around the wall, and he does catch Miyagi out. And here comes the push. Zero gets another. Only 3 left alive in Legionnaires. 2 in the upstairs. They've lost control of the downstairs. It's completely smoked. Kagan is going to come down looking for kills. DMT catches pause, and Malino's punching in the code here.
Malno's capping. And Malno caps, giving Phoenix 5 points. Oh!
Wow. They
Well done. The smoke and the sudden pushes just...
Yeah.
It was too much. But I said Phoenix is gonna win. Did I say Phoenix is gonna win? I said Phoenix is gonna win.
You went with the numbers, and the numbers didn't lie. Phoenix with a nice cap there, putting things up 5-3. And they have been looking good on the Marsoc rounds. They almost had both of their Marsoc rounds. They got real close to winning them, and so they finally stepped it up there and went for the cap nonetheless. And yeah, that's a nice point boost and a good way to go into Legionnaires map pick for our second map.
Yeah, I'm really trying to see what Legionnaires is gonna do in their, let's say, home turf.
Yeah. Tanker or Subway is gonna be my guess. Maybe Quarantine, but I would be surprised if we went Downfall, just considering their match history.
Pretty close quarters, heavy. So I would be surprised. Please surprise me.
We are gonna go to Tanker for our map number 2. So these close quarter, the Tanker and Subway are definitely had a bit more of a resurgence this season. I don't know if it's the desire for teams to run the night vision laser sight pistol with the shield or what, but it's definitely been more popular to see these night maps coming out. Even Suburbia Night we've seen getting played a little bit more often.
Yeah. At the moment, the map rotation is really close quarters heavy due to, for example, Abandon being completely out of the game. So, what much choice do we have to play?
Yeah, a lot of the long range maps that are part of Onward are not updated quite yet for the newest and latest graphical enhancements that Onward has experienced.
Yeah, it's gonna be shining like fresh chrome, polished.
It'll look real nice. And I don't think we have any subs coming in from either side. Legionnaires sticking to their same 5. And same with Phoenix. But man, what a great series so far, huh? That first map, 5-3, so back and forth. If we get that on Tanker, I'm gonna be pretty stoked because you get some real interesting clashes on Tanker. Stoked is a California slang term for excited.
We're learning something every day. I'm so stoked, man.
Yeah.
With your surfer thing going on.
Stoked sounds great with a German accent.
I'm so stoked. Indeed, yeah, it sounds great. I should just talk in German accent the whole round. Yes, I'm very excited to see what they are going to do. I'm so stoked. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. It sounds ridiculous.
Only wants to speak German.
Oh no. Get that parrot out of here. If you are just tuning in, you've missed that first map, and we're patiently waiting for both teams to fire up the second map on Tanker. If you want to get involved in the Master League, you can head on over to vrmasterleague.com/onward. You find all the Twitch, Twitter, and Discord links, all that good stuff. Get involved. I mean, the community is real hot right now. The league just started. Season 8 just starting. People are memeing. People are dreaming. A lot of games being played. It's a good time to get into the community and get into the league.
Yeah. The community is really
Oh my
heavy.
gosh. Yeah,
If you dream for me personally.
If you like memes, it's the place. The
Yeah,
league
but
general
we're
chats.
talking about some original dank memes, not the Facebook overused stuff. We're talking real
Custom drawn stuff sometimes by Smoils if you're lucky. We gotta stop talking about that.
premium stuff.
Focus on the game. We're diving into map number 2 of round 1. Phoenix versus Legionnaires. It's been a real good series so far. I expect things to be real tight here on Tanker. This is Legionnaires map pick. We're going pretty hard already. There's going to be an underground objective, so.
Yeah, both teams seem to kind of outrun themselves. The Phoenix downstairs while Legionnaires are upstairs. Okay. I guess we're gonna
5 strong
meet up
here.
at one point, but we're kind of on different levels here. Ha! If you get me.
Very good stuff. I haven't seen the 5-man push like this in a long time. All 5s sticking pretty close together, and you know what? I wouldn't be interesting if they sent 3 over to that flank on the far north to wrap around and kind of challenge pause. I think they're going to send. Does look like they're going to send the shield user. Raider is down here real close to Zero, and he does go down. Zero ducking behind those pallets finds the first kill for Phoenix.
Yeah, the team did end up splitting halfway through, losing
Yeah.
one member. We kind of have to decide if we want to go for a split or if we want to stick together. These half things are always dangerous where one person goes off alone. No use if he dies then, because no one can actually use that information that he died on that certain point. Mr. Miyagi with the shield pushing up on the upper level. Probably trying to get behind the uplink and then trying to come from behind as a little surprise, you know? Like in Kinder Egg. Oh no, you cannot know because it's illegal in
Yeah, we don't have those over here anymore.
Yeah, but I must admit it's not something that you're really missing out on.
Okay.
Anyway, Mr. Miyagi pushing up from behind. Yeah.
I wonder what their approach is going to be here, because they left Eric here on the second story. They definitely need to kind of pinch if they're going to send these 3 along the back side to challenge pause. It's best to utilize if they can also get one to then kind of flank and get the shots onto the back of pause. But Zarek's sort of just perched up here. He's going to have to deal with 0 F's given if he wants to even try and get down into that objective room. He's got a little work to do left. 3:40 on the clock.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he's doing back there, but my guess would be that because one of our teammates died, I want to make sure that at the spot where he died, no one is pushing up. But Legionnaires, Phoenix, I mean, is not really pushing type, even if they make a kill. They stick to their plan.
Are you seeing this crouching bug?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's really
The
I mean,
revolutionary
I'm good at
way of
gymnastics,
mobilization.
but I couldn't do that. I couldn't if I wanted to.
Very-
Maybe it's a new dance.
It looks kind of like a new dance.
Yeah, the stomach dance. I don't know.
Really hard to do though. Gotta have a lot of back flexibility.
Yeah, you need to be the world champion in limbo to master this dance.
Gotta
I was
hush.
expecting
Yeah,
Mr. Miyagi. Oh, there comes it. Taken down. It's
Shot in the
and
back.
He takes. Yeah, that can happen if you're the first man. And
Yeah.
you're in the way. I'm gonna shoot through you, but I'm gonna shoot.
I was actually, I mean,
Mr.
honestly,
Miyagi's still alive.
it worked out pretty well. They managed to, as soon as Paz peaked, he went for the shield, and then DMT shot a little bit over the shield, and also a little bit of Mr. Miyagi, but got the kill, and they got the res, so no harm, no foul. Zarek's going to try and throw a frag out onto 0F's Given down there and smoke him out, and he's actually going to rotate. So I was concerned about him having to approach Zero, and this is the angle I was hoping he would take. He can find the backside of Sri Lankan here, who's real focused on Mr. Miyagi, DMT, and Kagan, and it's exactly what he needs to do. He needs to flank, and then they have the pinch coming, and they'll have real good control of downstairs by objective.
Yeah, the flashes are flying. I was a bit confused by the one flash because they actually just flashed him but didn't even use it. They just flashed.
Oh.
Another flash coming. 0 fucks given. Oh, sorry.
No,
0
you're all right.
given. And Selected coming around, taking down 2 people. Eric and Kerrigan still alive, securing the win for Legionnaires. That was a fast one. That
Yeah.
was some. Woo.
They crashed hard on that objective. That was a nice coordinated push from Legionnaires, even after losing that first that getting that early pick on them. They still they converged just perfectly. The smoke to distract one side. He came in and flanked the other, caught the back. I mean, just a nice job by Legionnaires. They almost lost it though. They nearly did a really nice double there. I think that was from Sri Lankan, right at the end.
Yeah, if Sri Lankan had maybe waited just another second, he could have taken down 3 instead of 2. And but it did happen as it did happen, and it was a nice push, especially because Eric did make use of his position. At first, we were both thinking, what the hell is he doing there, back in the no man's land? And then he comes back, nice throw with the smoke, giving a lot of pressure, even though he wasn't there.
Yeah.
But that the enemy couldn't know that. The smoke was doing pressure, and that is the important part about using smoke. You don't need to use smoke actually just to go into something or giving yourself cover. Sometimes it's just all about pressure.
Yeah.
Making the enemy sweat in his pants, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm often sweating when I see smoke.
It is something tough to deal. I mean, yeah, it's properly. Yeah, that was a good smoke right there, and properly used, it's something that definitely puts a lot of versatility. And we'll see if Phoenix opt in to utilize it. I mean, you wouldn't even think to use smokes here on this map either, especially on an objective like this, the downstairs objective. You more want to opt in for those flashes and frags, and we did see the flashes get used pretty well as well by Legionnaires.
Yeah, the second flash was really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Let's see if
diving in.
Legionnaires actually does have a little bit wider circle of defense here, as they are way more aggressive than their Phoenix counterpart.
Yeah, we'll see if they all kind of clump in here on objective, or if they get a little bit more aggressive. I don't know. They might not have time to get aggressive. Paz and Sri Lankan are here.
Wow. Phoenix, Sri Lankan with the shield having a strong push. Miyagi taking down himself with the C4. Grenade is flying. Ooh.
Wow, a nice double from DMT. He grabs the shield user and the rifle over the shield shoulder, and now Phoenix into a 3v4. And yeah, that was a real unfortunate team suicide there. The C4 managing to catch him just as he was peeking around the corner.
Yeah, but I guess he died for the greater cause in that place. But taken down by DMT, that is...
Look at Mal
I
now.
didn't expect that. I wasn't expecting that Phoenix was that fast at that moment, but They did change up the pace, and then, as I said, that's something that you really need to do if you want to surprise the enemy sometimes. You just have to change your own pace. And we have the team kill. Malno taking down 0, and
Wow,
that is a dwindling chance for Phoenix to do something useful here.
that's super unfortunate. Malno's going to try and peek underneath these crates and catches Kagan in the toes. Raider's going to be facing off against Raz pretty soon here, and Zarek does push Malno. Malno able to drop back behind the barrels. He won't be shot as DMT also applies pressure, and Malno another kill.
Awesome. That's some good stuff. That rotation back there was a brilliant idea. Well done. Lying down. That's something also that I saw Pants doing. Some real nice drop shots. Ooh, Raider taken down by Raz. Malno being the only one alive. 2 against 1, still doable at this moment.
Yeah,
But
seen it happen.
it's, yeah, being mobile in physical is sometimes a real use. That's something awesome, having in a VR where the actual physical prowess is something that you can use in game. That you're not reliable on how fast you can press the control button there or the C button to crouch, but actual crouch in real life. If you're fast and you can use it. A Malmo coming from
Ooh.
a different angle in the back of Eric and Raider, both watching their respective position, but not where Malmo is actually being.
Zarek
So he has a good chance to take down one person.
Ooh, and I was about to say
Forget what I
Zarek's gun was exposed around that crate. He could have been picked off, but he instead spots out Malno, and Legionnaires,
well done.
they're up 2-0 on their map choice here.
Yeah, Phoenix is disappointing me. What the hell are you doing to me? I have bets running. I cannot lose. This is the money. This is the last money I have. Yeah, but well done by Legionnaires so far. Although I give props to... Wait, was it Legionnaire?
Yeah.
No, to Phoenix for changing up the pace. Not being too stuck up on slow, but also getting in, trying to do something fast. It did not work out, unfortunately. But they tried it. And some of the shows are all about trying. So
If there was a nade with that hard push, I think they would have really caught 1 or 2 out off guard, and that's in the objective room. I think like a nade or 2, a flash even would have done them wonders there. But they went for the gun battle. They couldn't quite win it with DMT peeking up over some impenetrable barrels, and yeah, I mean DMT is 4-2 with 1 revive. A nice KD for a league match.
yeah, it's easy to say, yeah, but could have used grenades. And when you're in that spot,
Oh,
when you're
yeah,
in that
that's true.
second, you're just firing. You don't.
Yeah.
You're not, at least I am just firing
Oh,
in that moment. I'm not thinking about, oh, can I use the grenade? No, I'm just first off making sure that I'm not eating bullets for breakfast. Ah, you got it.
Absolutely. We'll see if Phoenix can get on the board as they go into their next defensive round. And it is an objective that's pretty easy to defend out of all the objectives you can get on Tanker. This one, you know, you can stay pretty tucked in. This definitely plays into Legionnaires' defensive strength, so I think we'll see a pretty tight defense out of them. But you can also get pretty spread out, and we'll see if Phoenix can get any early kills or if they get picked early or how this defense for them works.
Yeah, it's all man 5 push upstairs. No one is going downstairs. Malno is downstairs alone, probably making some tea now because there is no enemy for him to take down. Legionnaires full on top, full on push. The Phoenix is again having a little bit of a let's say regressive form of strategy, being a little bit further behind. Even though Malno tries to be the single man coming from behind, but he has to get an angle. That's the thing. He has to get upstairs. Raider taking down 0.
Nice calls from Mr. Miyagi with the shield. He advanced forward in front of his team, spotted him tucked in the corner through the glass, and some good communication and a nice frag. Now Raz will be the next closest Phoenix member up there to take on Legionnaires here, as they're inching their way pretty dang close to getting in to objective room, honestly. Raz missing this is pretty big. Mr. Miyagi and DMT are going to be... there is cap potential. If they get into the room, pauses in, I don't know how Phoenix can defend that. I think they can cap in that room if Paz dies.
Yeah, it's in this moment it's really coming to if Mr. Miyagi knows the code or is fast enough. Pause is in their way, calling out Mr. Miyagi and DT. Now Raz. Oh, Melno from behind.
Whoa! Where did he
Taking
come
down
from?
2 people. Well done.
I think he snuck up the stairs there, and he used that underground position that we had sort of forgotten about to backdoor Legionnaires. Gets the shield, uses Sri Lankan in a trade. Kagan finds one. And now Phoenix only have Raz alive. They're into the 2v1. Raiders pushing up. He's in objective room. Is Raz going to be able to take him down? The pistol tries to come out in time from Raider, and it's not there. Kagan could go in and cap.
Yeah, but he did secure that uplink, and I don't think he's gonna let him cap at that point. Raz is in for the blood, and he wants to draw it.
Raz has to be careful about that one room, though. If Kagan goes into this room and goes, he can cap on that other side of that window. And if Kagan's quiet, he can take that real calm route and get the cap and take this map for Legionnaires. But yeah, I don't think he's going to do that. And Raz is here in the objective room.
Yeah.
Actively
He has to
running.
do some Metal Gear Solid stuff without slipping on Bird Poo, of course, but Kagan has to be real sneaky here.
There's a lot of time. 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, I'm gonna dwindle my thumbs waiting for something to happen.
Can't shoot through those windows either, so he's going to have to make his way over to this door if he wants to have a shot onto Raz.
I actually didn't know that you can't shoot through it, but I should have guessed because a lot of situations where I tried to shoot through the glass, for example, Red Truck, and it was like, yeah, the game doesn't have real physics. I forgot, man.
It's just inconsistent. Some glass you can penetrate, some cars are fully penetrable, some are not. You just got to know what which ones you're hiding behind and which ones can get shot through.
Yeah, next time I do some map scouting, I'm gonna shoot some glass and find out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Kagan coming down.
He's getting close
behind.
now.
Yeah, it's all about the angles now. If Raz is able to see where Kagan's coming from, or Kagan has some luck, but I think Raz knows the spots, and he will make sure that no one is there. He would rather die, and it's totally worth it, giving only 1 point to the enemy except for 2, because if Kagan could cap it, he would win the round for Legionnaires and ending this second map real fast for them.
Oh, we're seeing some high-level play here. Kagan shoots rounds behind Raz to draw Raz's attention, and I think Raz maybe heard the footsteps or expected that sort of draw and rotates quickly back to the objective. Wonder if he'll be expecting Kagan here.
Oh no.
Nope, back to him.
Oh, no! Just in the moment that Raz was turning around, Kagan just coming up from behind. It was just, in this moment, it was just bad luck. Because he had so many angles to cover, but in that moment, he had to decide to cover another angle and getting shot from behind. Well done by Legionnaires. Here in the third round. It's gonna be, if it keeps doing like that, it's 4-0.
They're actually leading in rounds one, or points one now. They're 6-5 in the total score. So a real nice comeback from Legionnaires. And you know, when they went against SMC, they lost pretty strongly in the first map. They started to rally in the second map, and then the third one they almost won. And so I'm not surprised to see them here against Phoenix kind of apply a little bit more pressure. This is really good for Legionnaires. If they can take this map, we go into a series decider for the third map, Phoenix's choice.
Yeah, the deciding part here for Phoenix is that they actually keep their momentum, their spirit up. They're deciding, yeah, we may be losing the second map, but we still have the chance to conquer the third and maybe secure the win here. It's coming over the drawing conquer point. I forgot the word for it. For the game point, that's what I want to say.
I don't think we've been using a minute and a half timer. Both teams just want to get in there and get to the action. Legionnaires on the defensive for round number 4 of map 2.
Yeah, Sri Lankan here with the shield. And, well, with some fast push from Phoenix. Sri Lankan going alone downstairs while the other ones seem to be on the upper level.
And
That's some interesting play. Real fast, no time taken.
Legionnaires are not really too tight on objective. They have Mr. Miyagi pretty far pushed up. Raider even further. DMT looking for some kills, and Malino does catch Raider out here in his real forward position. Uncharacteristic of the Legionnaires' defensive style, and maybe they're trying to catch Phoenix off guard with a little bit more aggressive D.
Yeah, the grenades are flying downstairs while Sri Lankan tries to get actually underground here, but no one is waiting for him, so he's just wasting utilities at that moment.
Yeah, that's... I think that's a pretty common position. I know some people take it up down there, and just like I was saying earlier, that's a spot that Phoenix do play defensively, and if you remember, that's where they came up. They had one come up from underground while they were defending and get a couple kills on the backside.
Yeah, Malino came from behind and took down sweet 2 people.
But I wonder if they're going to be ready for Miyagi here.
So the question is, if he gets to that stairwell, is Kagan able to take down Sri Lankan with his shield? It would be a one-on-one.
Big
All the
trade
rest-
here. Miyagi paused, catching out DMT, and a bunch of kills coming out as Phoenix go down to 3 and Legionnaires to 2. And some confirm nabs coming out as well. Pause trying to shoot them. I don't know if that works, Pause. I've never seen that be a thing. And confirming his kill. So now Phoenix with only 1, no reses actually. Legionnaires, excuse me, with no reses and down to 2.
Yeah, Raz and Sri Lankan went for a somewhat odd push. They went in, threw a smoke, and ran away. And now are getting back to this midsection of the tanker, going back upstairs, maybe trying to res the mate and getting on that 4 against 2 train because they are in the numbers. This
Yeah.
round is in their favor. Doesn't mean that they're gonna win it. High stakes for Legionnaires here. Deciding game point for them if we win, securing the win. But Phoenix has to make 4 wins in order to get this to round. So it's all against Phoenix now.
Yeah, they got
Right now
that.
the underdog.
They got that long comeback ahead of them, and they could be looking for a cap opportunity. If Eric goes down, Sri Lankan may be able to get into this room and punch in the code on his pad before Kagan can respond. Eric is here with the shield and catches Sri Lankan, actually catching Eric, and here comes the code punch in. Knifes out from Sri Lankan. Kagan's here on the corner, catches one. Sri Lankan's pad out, trying to punch in the code. Kagan sees him and takes him down. Kagan defending, but finally 0F on the backside finds the kill, and Phoenix opts for the 1 point instead of 2.
I heard some unnice words here.
We just missed him then. That was good. It's good we moved out from the objective.
Yeah, you missed some real smack talk at the end. Both teams were giving each other verbally at the end of the match. That was some nice smack talk. Sometimes you just have to fight with fury, not just with strategy, but also with your heart. That means sometimes you have to verbally kick your enemy. Both teams did that on the end around, but nicely done. The try was there. Sri Lankan trying to get in there with the cap, but getting killed at the end. But Phoenix, they're really going for the comeback, and I'm really hoping to see some awesome comeback here. I mean, 3 against 1. These are some numbers really against Phoenix. But if they make a cap, they are rather even. Only 1 cap away, but cap is easier said than done.
Yeah, they're going on the defensive next round, so they'll only be able to make it 3-2. And I think the next objective is a tough one to defend. And a reminder, this is Legionnaires' map choice. They have been looking a bit stronger, in my opinion, than Phoenix in these first 4 rounds. We have the upstairs east objective for round number 5 in map 2. And the Legionnaires can push this pretty quickly, so we'll see if Phoenix are ready for a fast push. If that comes out, now Legionnaires decide to play what could be, again, map point.
Pre-fire is coming out from Sri Lankan. Switched sides now for both teams. And Legionnaires are not waiting. They're already pushing all 5 people upstairs, except 1 is going downstairs. And Melon taking down Mr. Miyagi here.
Looking for another. Does trade with Kagan. Kagan is resable, though. So if they confirm
Same
Malno,
both resable.
they confirm
I
Malno
would just
and
throw a
get
grenade there,
Kagan.
kill both. Your teammate has the but the rest, it seems, comes in from Raider. Kills. Hold up, I'm confused. Pause just killed his own teammate on the ground.
No, I threw a flash at him.
Oh, a flash. You can kill someone with a flash on the ground, bro?
Oh, maybe he went for the... I didn't see the kill come in there. DMT and Raider in a bit of a exchange there. Raider actually getting the red. Zarek finding a kill and pause with the refrag. And now we're into a 2v3 as Legionnaires lose another. Kagan and Raz with a double on the upstairs turns it into a 1v2 for Legionnaires. All up to DMT.
That was well good by Raz there. Nice positioning, taking down both. But I'm really confused why Raz killed his own teammate there.
I think he probably. I think he was looking for that confirm that because they had that one resable there, and so he must have gotten confused with the body in the darkness. Thought it was a enemy and confirmed it instead of resing it.
I mean, it doesn't seem like he has a night vision. Does he? Doesn't. Yeah.
Phoenix.
I tell you, Phoenix. They have it in there. It's like, you know, the first round they died, they burned. You know, the Phoenix burned. Now he's rising above out of the ashes and flying. They're coming back, I tell you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Although I'm gonna kick Malno verbally in the mouth for not giving me the picks.
Phoenix mustering their comeback, 3-2 total. They've won that first map 5-3 off of a cap when it was all tied up 3-3. And so they're looking to they're looking to take the series here if they can get this comeback and take the second map.
Yeah, technically they're only one cap away, and the push last round was really aggressive, but it failed really, like, I forget the word again. I'm missing words today. It's awesome. Yeah, but they had a strong push against them, but they did manage to end that push quite well. And I'm looking forward if Phoenix is able to secure it.
Yeah, this is definitely a tough objective.
Yeah, they did prove that they are ready to change up the pace a bit. So
that's true.
Going in for strong, aggressive push and also a really passive push. We're gonna see what they're trying to do now. It's all about mind games. What they're gonna do? What they're gonna do?
Round number 6 of map number 2 on Tanker here. Legionnaires and Phoenix squaring off, and now Legionnaires on the defensive, trying to get their map pick, trying to secure this map win, and Phoenix maybe coming in for a cap attempt if they push hard enough and get the right picks.
Yeah, they have again Sri Lankan with the shield again. Awesome. Okay, it seems they're going for the fast, strong push here, all upstairs.
Zero and Pause actually up here before their shield user, unfortunately. Sri Lankan has gone downstairs instead of upstairs, trying to frag out Zarek. And Zarek does go down to Sri Lankan's nade, so a nice job getting one kill. Does call it out, so they should be, confirms it, so they should be watching that. Raz picking up Kagan, trying to come in from downstairs. We're into a 4v4. Scratch that as kills are ringing out. Raz gets another. Mr. Miyagi on a tear here has got a bunch of kills, and he's getting close to objective.
Yeah, this is one of the moments where if I would rewatch the stream, I would just pause and go back a million times to actually get what is happening, because the kills are flying in fast.
There's only one left alive for Legionnaires. Phoenix are doing this comeback. Raz goes for the cap, and Raider with the nice rotation.
Yeah, but now Sri Lankan has the shield, which is always a dangerous tool when it comes to 1v1s, but they have to first get on one level, I guess. Sri Lankan has to get on the level here.
Really, you fucking nitwits. Really.
I don't think Sri Lankan has any weapons either. Looks like he's going to be going for knife. The knife approach here. Tries to cross out in front of Raider, and Raider holding the angle gets Legionnaires the map. Now we're all up.
I guess he's from...
Why would you say no? We're going to a series decider for map 3. That's the best scenario.
No, Phoenix is about to win. They're coming out of the ashes. They're coming out of the ashes.
You're not allowed to have bias
Oh, I have
and
to be
root for
neutral.
teams.
No. It's way more fun if you can root for teams. It's all about we're all about rooting here. Of course, I'm open for new inputs from teams, point-wise, and I'm glad that Legionnaires is putting in such a fight.
I have to do a lobby remake here. This map not available for picking. Does look like Phoenix wanted to go with Suburbia for their third map, but that one has been taken off the table, as well as Cargo. So available options are Subway, Quarantine, and Downfall. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Subway, but Quarantine's probably a little bit more reliable.
Yeah, I mean, it's both in their main roster, so Quarantine is a good map. And, yeah.
It does look like map 3 is going to be Quarantine. Waiting for both teams to hop into the lobby here. It should be underway. If you are just stopping by, you've missed a lot of the action, but you're here at the right time. You're here for the series decider, map number 3. I don't know how this map's going to go. I think we're going to get a real good back and forth. Maybe Phoenix can pull out a Marsoc round or two. They've been doing real well on Marsoc so far this series. But Legionnaires just have real tight defensive styles on these objectives, and I wonder how that'll work on Quarantine. There's a lot more opportunity for frags and a lot more different angles you have to cover. You have to be a little bit more spread out on the objectives here, so we'll see how the Legionnaires defense works.
Yeah, the map, so I'm sorry, I was just mentally outspaced at the moment. Yeah, the map is, as I find personally, most intriguing when it comes to strategies due to the nice mixture of open fields and at the same time close quarters action, especially when it comes to the burning buildings and the burning buildings in the mid.
First objective is on the far east side. There's some opportunity for some good play out of Phoenix here to expose weakness in defenses that are too tight on the objective. They can maybe get around to that south side, start a flank going, and approach from that side utilizing the walls and some effective smokes. Definitely been a capable objective, because you have to be a little bit more spread. Usually you invest some defenders over in the motel, over on the south side. You may even send some smokes across the street. So a lot of spread A lot of defensive styles do spread out here on this objective. We'll see what Phoenix can do. There's definitely an opportunity to start things off very good for Phoenix with a cap here. I think we're about ready to go. Everybody in the lobby, all players ready, and I don't see any subs coming out from either one of the teams.
And we're going in for the first round on the last map, deciding match point. And of course, I'm neutral.
No, you're very much allowed to cheer for the picks that you make, and you did choose Phoenix as the you set the caster curse onto Phoenix, so to speak. So if they win or lose, it is your fault either way.
Yeah, I'm the trinket here. I'm gonna say go Phoenix. Have all my luck in the world. And I'm a lucky dude, I mean.
I think I've definitely been more on Legionnaires' side here, especially after how they played against SMC. If they can keep things tight, keep things consistent on the quarantine, they may be able to grab this third map from Phoenix, but the smokes are good, and they do get 2 across the South Street. Handheld smokes. Risky stuff.
Definitely. I mean, I've tried it out to get a cover and one of my strategies to actually cover the South Street, but it's really hard because first off, you don't see very much on the range due to the limitations of some headsets. On the other hand, it's really hard to have, because you're so limited, so many stuff sitting on the street, you don't even have that much time to hit somebody. So the pre-fire, there must be a mixture of luck and real good aim.
Oh, an early picks from Mr. Miyagi, catching one out. We are going to have a trade between Eric and this plane wing defender as Eric gets a nice pick onto Sri Lankan. And Legionnaires kicking off quarantine real strong on the defense as they get 2 early picks, putting Phoenix 3v5.
Yeah, Legionnaires way more aggressive than their counterpart Phoenix. And they are proven it time over time that they prefer a wide defense ring. So
you're getting mixed up. Legionnaires have been tight on objective.
Wait,
Phoenix is the one that's been aggressive and spread.
I'm sorry.
That was all good.
Yeah, I think, you know, just take everything I say and switch teams, then it's correct.
No, it's definitely different from how they've been playing the objectives. They are more spread out. They did send 2 across the south side, and like I said, they only got... The objective has minimal coverage, ultimately. Pause maybe can get a move onto the objective, but he's got a long ways to go past that motel defense. It's really going to come down to if Raz and Malno can push up through the center with the right smokes and get onto that objective.
Yeah, it seems that they're pretty safe in the midst so far. No one is seeing them. No one can attack them. Although Mr. Miyagi is in a good spot to take out Mr. Malnor if he push up the right side, but he doesn't. He goes north with Raz, trying to push up at the building here. I have to get to the uplink.
Almost cuts the head of DMT, tries to duck behind some barrels, and DMT with a nice pickup. Phoenix down to 2.
Yeah, he tried to shoot ahead, but got the claw instead.
Ooh, a huge nade. Real long toss. Goes a little bit too far, just past Raz by about, I don't know, a good block or 2. And Raz now really the only one that's got a decent approach on objective.
I mean, Paul is very unscathed there in the back.
Yeah.
No one is expecting him to come. So
That's true.
if he's able to get in time, because Raz is so much further ahead than him, that's the problem. If you're not pushing up the same time, you cannot use the other one's death. That's a really grim view on strategy.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you gotta be the meat shield and be the distraction. Pause radioing into his teammate there, trying to coordinate their approach together. And even these, just the simplest little adjustment on these maps makes a huge difference. And these little berms back here allow Pause to have a little bit more coverage than he normally would pre-beauty patch. He's actually going to be able to rotate all the way back around here. And you're right, I don't think anybody sees Pause coming around this side.
Did you just say pre-beauty patch? Is that what we call it?
Yeah,
Instead
that's
of 1.6, it's the beauty patch.
That's what it was referred to by our community leader, so.
Beauty patch. I love it. So Pause could get an angle on that center building there with the 2 people sitting. I actually don't see the names.
I know he's so far away.
Yeah.
Oh, but he is spotted out. Kagan.
Yeah, but Raz does take down DMT. But his cover is now gone. Raz is alone. Still radioing that call. But now realizing
Yep.
his brother is gone. Has to do it all alone.
Just check the pad. He knows he's the last one alive, and he's not in a bad spot, you know. He can maybe find a pick or two and be pretty dang close to objective. Those two are way around south. I think Miyagi does have a line of sight here onto Raz if he decides to peek around this corner, and Raz is taking some suppressive fire.
Yeah.
Raider, and
And there he goes. Kagan takes down Raz, securing the second round for Legionnaires. Yeah, but I would say he was in a bad spot because he was in crossfire from both sides. He got one motel, one
That's
straight
true.
ahead, and Mr. Miyagi from the right side. He couldn't go anywhere, and the time was not enough to rotate. So this poor fella was done for almost.
yeah, them losing too early just really hurt their approach too, because those two were basically stuck inside the middle of the map. You know, they couldn't approach from the south because they lost their attacker south. They couldn't approach from the north, and so they were really just sort of stuck with that middle angle. And yeah, you're right. That definitely wasn't gonna pay off for Phoenix. Legionnaires, nicely done. We'll see if Phoenix can defend the same.
Yeah, I mean the south push was a dangerous one because of the dunes. So far, you have the whole dunes for cover, and you have to kind of watch the whole dunes. But the one on the dune actually just has to watch two hotspots, and that is the corner and the wing. The other one is everything else is free, and you can shoot it. So it's a one-sided attack, really. It's really heavy. I would almost never go there. And it seems the teams are taking their time in order to find the perfect strategy.
Yeah, we're down to that final map. The pressure definitely getting thrown on here. It's been a real
pressure.
close
What are you
series.
talking about? There's no pressure.
No pressure. Week 2 in a matchup like this where MMR really is gonna. This is where you can swing it and get yourself positioned nicely.
Yeah, we gotta swing it. You said it right. We gotta swing it. So no shields this round. It's into Quarantine is a map where you have some spots where it's really close quarters, especially when it comes closer to the uplink. Almost all teams are taking shield on this map due to the long open fields you have to take, and then you better go with a weapon where you can actually fight at this field. We got a north push with 4 people.
Yeah, they do throw the smokes on that south street just as a distraction. They do draw the attention of the one Legionnaire that didn't go around the north. And this is interesting. Legionnaires maybe trying to throw a little bit of a curveball at Phoenix. My suggestion was to go south, and I think the south is the more common approach. Just because you don't really have to have this huge separation from yourself in objective. You don't have to cross this big north gap to get to the objective. But that's what Legionnaires are going to try to do. They got all 4 up here.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to surprise the enemy. Just everybody's expecting you go south. God dang it, you take the. But taking that time north, the next target is still a minute walk away. Interesting spot having Sri Lankan in that corner. That's actually a pretty unique approach, I must admit. I never have someone sent there or seen there sitting. Or is it something that I miss out here?
No, that corner is definitely. That could really catch Legionnaires off guard. If he stays in there and doesn't try and peek the long lane, I think he could potentially get the back of the entire Legionnaires team.
Yeah, it's all about timing. You have to actually wait. If he sees them without being seen, and he waits until all 4 people are in scope, he cannot take them down. But at the same time, if they are moving too far ahead, like let's imagine he gets only the last one and the other ones are ahead, he's missing out on potential targets.
Never mind, nothing.
Just some suppressive fire from Zero onto a bunch of nothing. Sri Lankan not identifying the push on the north yet. He is holding a slice of an angle, but it's much deeper in that north push. They're going to have to kind of, yeah, commit to that far north rotation. I don't know if they're ever going to do that, though. His position could really end up biting them pretty hard if the push from Legionnaires up this, what seems to be north center angle, pays off. He's so far away.
Yeah, but it seems that only DMT is moving up in his direction. Still, it could be one kill for Phoenix here.
Ooh.
And it is one kill for Phoenix. Sri Lankan taking down DMT, as I have prophesied, because I see everything.
And it totally stops Legionnaires from trying to make their initial push, and they readjust, shifting their focus onto this pick. And Eric may catch the rotation if he's fortunate. Does see the peek on the corner, and he's so exposed, shooting as he approaches here, just suppressing rounds, and does get to the corner.
Ooh, taking down Sri Lankan. He should have stayed in this corner. On the other hand, you normally corner if you have shot down one in order not to be targetable. But the north push is discovered, and Malno takes down Eric.
Yeah, they
Ring
didn't.
of the air.
They didn't have the smoke wall quite established, and this is actually costing them a ton of utility to make this rotation. I don't know why they shifted and committed to this rotation either. They had, I think, a better opportunity to come up the middle, but instead they're going to try and wrap around Mr. Miyagi and Kagan, using these small dunes to their advantage. Will make it over to the far northeast, excuse me.
Yeah, but it's really hard because they have almost no cover here in the north, but are discovered. If they would have been undiscovered, then I would have a good chance, but now it's really unfortunate for them.
Raider inching his way up the middle. All shots from Miyagi and Kagan come up from the northeast. I think they're going to try and converge on objective. A minute 20 left. They definitely got to start moving, as Miyagi and Kagan are real far away.
Okay, we're thinking they got one in the hotel, if not confirmed. Okay, we're moving in now. Kagan and Mr. Miyagi from behind the motel side here.
55 seconds left. Raz catches out Raider, and Paz also putting some rounds out, does give away his position to Kagan and Miyagi. 45 seconds for them to make their move.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard one. That's short of notice. Pass being in a motel awaiting them. Mr. Miyagi taking down Zero. Well done here. Leading a 2-2. And Mr. Miyagi taking down Raz. Now it's a 2-2-2. Mal now taking down Miyagi. Now it's a 1-2. I should get my numbers sometimes straight. Given at the same corner where your teammate died is dangerous.
Absolutely. Kagan's getting real aggressive here. 15 seconds left. He's really got to move, and these guys just got to tuck in. He does try and push up. Catches Pause. Can he switch around and get Malno? No, he won't. As the clock ticks down. He only has 5 seconds, and Malno's not going to expose himself. Kagan can't get here in time, and Phoenix get their defensive round and tie things up 1-1.
Some malicious laugh from Phoenix here. In the round. Yeah, Legionnaires are drawing out some blood. They don't want to get Phoenix to... Wait a minute. Did I just switch up the names again? I think so. Anyway, both teams are letting the other team win easily. It's always nice to have it. Still have the spirit in the third round, even though it's really exhausting to play that for long.
Yeah, it's definitely a long series. They have been duking it out. Good, solid back and forth, and I think we're going to keep going the distance here, taking their full time between rounds and also full time in the rounds. We've had very few quick 2 or 3 minutes left on the clock rounds. Most have come down to the wire, down to 30 seconds in most scenarios, and I don't expect that trend to stop here, especially when we're so close and it's tied up 1-1.
Definitely no cold feet on both teams. They're really trying to switch it up, different speeds, but it's really hard to say who's gonna win.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna.
I could study the statistics.
I think it's. I mean, we're in a dead tie right now. Score in total is 8-8, so it couldn't be any closer, honestly, in this series. We are now hopping in. No more waiting for the second round. Or excuse me, the third round. We'll get into round 3 of map number 3.
I mean, statistically-wise, both teams are bidding on the plus side. Legionnaires having 63% winning chance on this map, while Phoenix is going with 53, 57? 53? I forgot the number again. I have no number in memory whatsoever.
Well, Phoenix wanted to go Suburbia, so it doesn't surprise me that they're a little bit less efficient on this map than Legionnaires, considering they didn't even really want this map. Interesting.
Yeah, but you cannot always get what you want.
No, you can't. That's the idea behind the bans. You deny maps to teams that you know are efficient on them.
So it's a clear north push, all on the north side here. No one is crossing. Phoenix do have, it seems, shifted down because their speed is really down.
Yeah, they're slowing up their pace, especially on the offensive here. They're normally much quicker to get into their initial positioning, and then they kind of take their time from there. But I expect this round to take some time and again go down to that last minute, because these guys probably won't even move with smokes onto the objective until 2.5 on the clock.
Yeah, Malno is the one being the most daring, just like the tanker movement he brought up where he killed Sri Lankan and his teammate. He's again really daring. I guess he's the brave one of the Phoenix here. Sneaking up on Eric, who's just about 10 meters away.
Eric
On the wall here.
does have C4 on the other side of that APC. So if Malno does try to take this inside route, that C4 could be pretty deadly to him. But Eric would have to hear it before to really kind of trigger that detonation. So
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, I don't think so
Malno
either.
will probably go around the right side,
Yep.
and maybe Eric just casually pick him up with his weapon, just as intended.
First 2 minutes out of the way. 4 minutes left as pause may run in to a rotation out of Legionnaires from Mr. Miyagi. Ooh, and Mr. Miyagi is the one that actually catches pause out on the north. I don't know if that's really much information for Legionnaires. It is a sole player up here in the north that goes down. He doesn't have any identification of any of the other Phoenix pushing. And I think, unfortunately, we have a DC from Phoenix, so we're down to only 3 alive on Phoenix's side, as they do get Zarek.
Crisp, I would say. Malno taking down Eric instead of the other way around, how I proclaimed. It seems that I do not know everything.
Can't
Raider
always,
taking down
by the,
0.
can't always be 100% on your predictions.
No.
A good bit of back and forth here. Phoenix not rolling over after they've lost a couple, and Sri Lankan gets the refrag onto Mr. Miyagi, and now we're into a 3v2.
Malno's at the uplink.
Oh
It
my
could be that
gosh.
This is a cab.
Yeah, it is. They have nobody
cab.
on objective.
This is a happy toot for me. Well done. Phoenix taking a cab 3-1.
A really nice approach there. Excellent cap. I don't know how they left that gap there. It was such like they had all three covering the south side. Nobody had eyes on objective.
Yeah, I mean, Eric was the only one standing between him and the uplink and Eric. So. But that's why you have to watch your tablet. If someone is having a vital defense point, you have to make sure that you're aware of his absence if he's dying. So study hard, study your tablet.
Man.
This is a tight spot now for Legionnaires because their save 1-1 is now turning against the last round if they lose this.
Map points for Phoenix. Both teams taking their time. Hashing out their strategies. And Phoenix, all they got to do is properly defend the objective. And they will take this map. We do have a bit of a restart, a false start, it looks like, from Legionnaires. And they have... Ooh, yeah, they did have one drop. So we're going to want to make sure that we got everybody on both sides before we start what could be the series deciding round.
Yeah, they want to have their team members already prepped up with the strategy to go and win because otherwise they're not going to risk it. I would reset too if I wasn't ready though.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, but no. I'm always making sure if I'm playing with someone, just asking, hey, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Okay,
to, even
cool.
when you get into the lobby, you have to look around, make sure you got all 5 in, just so you don't start around with 4 people and then not be able to forfeit it.
Well, so far, let's see. So far, it went quite entertaining. Bazaar with 5-1 for Phoenix and Tanker with 2-4 for the ones who were just switching in last round. And it's 3-1 for Phoenix now. If they win, they are winning. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I know.
It's actually 5-3 on Bazaar. It's real close with a cap
Really?
coming in for
Yeah,
Phoenix.
Right down wrong. My bad.
It's all good.
What was it? 5-1.
And I think now we are going to get into what could be the series decider for Phoenix. If they can just hold on to their Volk round, they will come away as the victors, and consistent to their diamond rank over the gold rank of Legionnaires will take the series. But, I mean, Legionnaires, they have not had an easy start to the season, and they have definitely been proving to be a real good team. They did well against SMC, and they're nearly winning here against Phoenix. They just need to get this Marsoc round under control.
Yeah, this one, take your time, guys. Take your time.
So far, the special tactics are still in the box. I don't see any movements I wouldn't have seen before. Although I'm a little bit confused. Oh, wait. Where's the 5th man?
He's over our backside covering what looks like to be the North Street, but he's really far back there. Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah,
I
my
wonder...
minimap was 4 defenders.
Yeah, he's...
Confused.
You gotta look for him. He's back there by spawn, just kind of looking out from that spawn point corner.
Okay, Raz under the wing here. We got a north push, solely north, yet again. No crossings.
And that
It
spot's...
did work out for Malno.
That spot for Raz is in has gotten a lot better. And that this sand berm here has made what used to be a much larger gap under this plane wing a lot tighter, and so Raz definitely has a good line of sight, and it's going to be hard to take down sitting under this plane
Malno's
wing.
gonna take down DMT
Oof.
on North Roof here. They're really... Yeah, this is gonna be the end. Rip in peace, DMT.
Oh no,
So far
Malno.
not
doesn't have the angle. He's staying crouched. He's just checking the corner. He's going to wait for DMT to push up to that forward cooling unit on the roof, and then he's going to try and get his shots, and I think that's what DMT is going to do.
Malno taking out DMT.
He does give away his position, so potential nades coming in, and he actually is going to try and do a counter nade. A nice toss, just a bit too man, he procced that just a little bit too much. Yeah, overcooked. Thank you. That's what great term I was looking for. He would have. That was dead on to Kagan. Man.
Yeah, that grenade though is that was actually, I must say, a weak grenade from Eric here. That didn't fly very far.
Raider does catch Raz through that slice by the plane wing.
3 against 4. Phoenix in the advantage.
Ooh, not anymore. His pause team kills. How does that happen? He hadn't moved the whole time. Meanwhile, Malno trading up top. Finds Kagan. Almost went for Raider downstairs with some shots. And Legionnaires now into a 2v3.
Yeah, I'm just guessing that Phoenix wanted to make it a little more even.
Oh my
so
goodness.
Legionnaires have a chance. Malno is a little bit more daring now, and maybe you could see Raider there.
I don't know how you can get so aggressive here. You only have 3 alive. You don't need to peek this. I guess he is really just looking at objective. I don't think he was even looking over towards Raiders so much as just making sure nobody was capping.
And the smoke is flying. If it would have been a grenade, it would have been a kill, but now Raider did give away his position, but Malno did not hit him. Raider taken down. Malno still alive and revivable though. So Raider has secured a kill.
2:17 on the clock. Raider's going to grab rooftop control, which is huge for this objective. And now it's all up to Zero F given, and Sri Lanka who's in a trade and catches out Eric trying to rotate behind Zero F. That's a huge pick, because if Zero F gets shot, nobody's on objective, and now there's 2 minutes left for Raider to try and do something, or Phoenix are going to take the series. Pro Strats hopping off the edge of that building there.
Raider being a sneaky boy here by the wing. Very, very cautious. Sometimes my accent comes through. I'm sorry.
You can't do anything about that. People love the accent anyway. And yeah,
I'm trying to conceal it as much as I can.
No, let it flow. Let it flow through you.
The accent, it's coming through.
Raider with a
Raider
huge
taking
pick.
down.
That's so
No,
big.
it's getting cap. Oh, it's getting so exciting.
I don't know. A good nade. Not there. Yeah, Raider's going to cap. Sri Lanka's not going to be able to get there in time. We're going to go into a 3-3 for the final map. How do they let that happen? Sri Lankan botches the Hail Mary. Nade toss and Legionnaires get a cap and tie us up. I mean, they just couldn't let that one go.
No, they had to make it close. They had to.
What a daring way to tie things up as the last one alive, pushing up to the wall and punching in the code in time to before Sri Lanka could get there. Jeez Louise. I mean, we're in a dead heat tie, 10-10 on the scoreboard. Overall, a map apiece, 3-3 here for the series decider. You couldn't ask for a closer match in the VRML.
You couldn't. This is really the deciding point, not just for maps, but also for points. This is something not happen often. But I must admit that the grenade flying was not bad.
No.
If he would have been a little bit more to the right, he could have taken him.
So close. It really
Yeah,
was.
but sometimes
It bounced off that wall and went on the other side of the wall, so it really had no effect, but
yeah, I'm wondering if someone is capping, you're just gonna fly the flashbang over because it's easier to hit, and then you can blind him and kind of do something about him trying to cap because he can't see the numbers. Right, simple technique. talking about strategy.
Like it. I think that's it for waiting on rounds in the series. We go into the series decider, the final round. Round 7 of Map 3. Phoenix on the offensive. Legionnaires defending a gas tank objective, or a gas building, excuse me, objective.
Gas building. What it's called?
Where we're at.
I'm just. Wait, isn't that? Yeah, gas building. Interesting call. So we got again a north push. Third time is the charm, I guess.
Wow.
And the C4 is placed by Eric on the south, so no use for that. We're gonna see if Malno is again very daring and takes the round. He did take the first cap, and we do have a shield in the north. Sri Lankan pushing up alone here, having no backup.
Well, he does have one over on the far north there, Raz, just actually a little bit in front of him. But yeah, he is all alone. He has no rifle over his shoulder here to help him out land any shots. And I don't think Legionnaires have ID'd this spawn yet. But you got to start thinking that it's the North Crater spawn since you haven't seen anybody yet.
Pushing up, taking up the north roof. I mean, how much is the north roof to any use for you if you have a pistol? But maybe Sri Lankan is just taking up for the view because he loves the view of it. He does have a strategic view, though, I give him that. But even if you see someone, he can more than call out his not taking out his teammate with the blade. That's I guess a strategic move.
Miscommunication at its maximum there. Sri Lankan could have checked his pad and seen that he had 2 down on the other side of that wall, but instead, I mean, maybe that was a botched nade too. It didn't go as far as he wanted it, but I don't know. Lucky that it wasn't an insta-kill, honestly. It almost landed on the head of Malno.
Yeah, Sri Lankan did say something around, oh, so I guess it was a botched
a
grenade.
mistake. Okay. All 5 alive, though. 4 minutes on the clock. Phoenix have made their way pretty well up into this north side, and Zero's in the rubble here.
Oh, Kagan taking down Raz and healing himself. It's really a little bit confusing to see the revive on one.
Confirming the kill on Raz. Raider here may run into some issues with Pause and Zero F shortly here. They are making their way up into the rubble, and it is a 4v5 now for Phoenix. Scratch that, make it a 3v5 as Pause has to be looking for the refrag and can't get it. Raider with a nice double puts Legionnaires in a really good spot, 5v2.
Just as was Sri Lankan picking up his gun, he got spotted and took a nice bullet, but he's still alive. It's hard. I don't think you can actually fight DMT back here in the corner. Tough spot for Phoenix. 2 against 5 people.
Ooh, I think their best line of approach was for Malno to sort of sneak his way to the objective through enemy lines, but he can't do it, and Meowgi catches Sri Lankan. Legionnaires with a fantastic comeback after nearly losing at 3-1, grab themselves a cap and secure their defensive round and the series.
9-10 for the Legionnaires. Well played from both teams. It was really a really hard match. We did some, sadly not that much of surprising plays, although I give Malno for his action on tanker props.
Yeah.
And it was a good match.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. A nice, pretty, a consistent back and forth. Some interesting moves, some good caps, some good plays and aggression from Phoenix that ultimately doesn't pay off. Legionnaires with their diligent defense and tight defense, getting them the series. The total score, 11-10 at the end of the day. What a great series to watch, too. ChattingParrot, I think that's going to be it from us. Do you have any final words on the series?
Yeah, but it both made the same mistake with the cap, but otherwise, I love it. Goes out for all of you viewers. Thank you for watching.
Absolutely. And if you do want to get involved, head on over to vrmasterleague.com/onward. You'll find your Twitch, Twitter, and Discord links to get in on the community meme fest that is the Discord channel. And also a shout out to our sponsors, VR Cover and ProTube. Always appreciate the support from both of those companies. They're excellent products as well. If you don't have a VR Cover or a ProTube, I highly recommend you go look into it. VR Cover is almost a necessity for a new VR headset. That when you pick it up, you get a nice soft cover, and then you got that ProTube stabilize your aim. Head on over to their sites, go look into it. They're our sponsors. We love them. And with that, I'll be signing off. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. My co-caster, ChattingParrot. We'll see you later this weekend with more action.